all started at 2 a.m. on January 3, 2026, codenamed Operation Absolute. Resolve: U.S. deploys over 150 warplanes, F-22s, F-35s, B-1 bombers, first destroying all northern Venezuela air defenses and radars. Next, Delta Force hits in 160th. Night Stalkers helicopters, direct to Caracas. Presidential Palace. Electronic warfare blacks out everything, then they blast in. Maduro's home. Tries for the safe room, but forces smash the steel door in 47 seconds, capturing him and wife Celia Flores alive. They rush them onto the chopper, out of Venezuela, onto USS Iwo Jima. That morning, Trump posts on Truth Social, "We got Maduro." 2 days later, January 5th, they're in New York federal court. Maduro breaks down in court. "I'm the president. A prisoner of war, kidnapped." Both plead not guilty, but U.S. charges them as narco-presidents, running cartels smuggling tons of cocaine into America. Latest, U.S. seized the 5th oil tanker. Trump says, "America will control Venezuela until oil flows back." This isn't fiction. It's real geopolitical drama unfolding now. Justice, drugs, or 300 billion barrels of oil? Let's uncover more. This U.S. operation has the whole world talking. Why did they do it? At the heart are 3 massive controversies: the drug charges, the oil stakes, and the big question of legality. These aren't just about Venezuela. They could shake up global relations. Let's break them down one by one. First up, the drug allegations. Imagine this: a national leader accused of running a massive transnational drug network. Sounds like a movie plot, right? The U.S. Justice Department has been charging Maduro and his wife since 2020 with smuggling thousands of tons of cocaine from Venezuela to the U.S. via sea and air routes, worth billions of dollars. The network allegedly includes high-level military officials providing protection and logistics, letting the drugs flood American communities and wreck lives. In court, Maduro and his wife denied everything, calling the charges fabricated. But U.S. prosecutors brought witness testimony and intercepted communications to back it up. Some international observers note these kinds of accusations aren't rare in Latin America, while others question if the evidence holds up completely. Next, the role of oil. Venezuela sits on the world's largest proven oil reserves. Over 300 billion barrels, that's more than 10% of global supply. You know what that means? Controlling it could swing the entire energy market. After the event, Trump repeatedly said the U.S. wants the oil flowing to friendly nations, and American companies could pour in billions of dollars to rebuild infrastructure, fixing old wells and pipelines. Some economic analysts point out Venezuela's oil used to go elsewhere due to sanctions, causing U.S. domestic price swings. Now, redirecting it back could stabilize prices and even ease global inflation pressure. But critics argue this looks more like economic self-interest than pure law enforcement. For example, we've seen similar patterns in Iraq or Libya oil crises, where resources played a huge role in international conflicts. Finally, the legality. This one's the most controversial. The operation reportedly caused over 100 deaths on the Venezuelan side, while the U.S. reported only a few soldiers injured, raising serious humanitarian concerns. UN Secretary General Guterres publicly stated that such military interventions could violate Article 2 of the UN Charter, stressing state sovereignty and the ban on threats of force. China's foreign ministry said the U.S. is acting like a global judge, ignoring multilateral mechanisms. Russia's foreign ministry called it armed aggression against sovereignty, warning of chain reactions. German Chancellor Merz posted on social media that while Venezuela faces human rights issues, the intervention is complex and needs careful evaluation. Mexican President Sheinbaum strongly condemned it, saying it violates the UN Charter and calling for diplomatic dialogue instead of force. International law experts often cite similar cases, like the 2003 Iraq War or the 1989 Panama Operation, to debate the boundaries of cross-border arrests. Do they fit self-defense or require Security Council approval? These 3 controversies are all tangled together, making this way bigger than just an arrest. From drugs to oil to legality, every angle pulls at the global balance. Next, let's look at the real situation on Venezuela's streets and what might happen. Moving forward, stay with me. The moment the operation ended, Venezuela's streets exploded into chaos. Imagine this, the explosions just fade. And thousands pour out of their homes, some lighting fireworks in celebration, others waving signs in furious protest. This isn't a movie scene. It's the real thing in Caracas on January 3rd, and it left the whole world stunned. First, Maduro's supporters. They're furious. In Caracas streets, thousands of loyalists chant "Free Maduro," calling it kidnapping and new colonialism. Caracas Mayor Carmen Melendez joins the march, shouting, "This is an insult to our sovereignty." Reports say the operation killed over 100 on the Venezuelan side, including 32 Cuban Special Forces bodyguards and 2 civilians caught in residential areas. Those numbers fuel even more rage. Supporters fear long-term U.S. occupation and full-blown civil war. The backlash spreads globally. Cubans rally in Havana in solidarity. Protesters surround the White House in Washington, yelling, "Hands off!" But on the other side, the opposition is ecstatic. In Caracas and border cities like Cúcuta, thousands flood the streets with fireworks, hugs, and tears. Nobel Peace Prize winner Maria Corina Machado calls it a huge step for humanity, finally ending the dictatorship. Many see Maduro's capture as the turning point for Venezuela's rebirth. Think about those 8 million refugees who fled, now celebrating in Chile and Colombia, shouting, "Freedom has arrived!" These clips go viral on social media, racking up billions of views, leaving everyone wondering, is this change bringing hope? Or just more chaos? Now, the stark before and after contrast. Under Maduro, Venezuela was a nightmare. Hyperinflation over 100,000%, daily lines for bread, 8 million people fleeing as the world's largest migration crisis. Now, some see hope on the streets. Oil could boom again, economy might stabilize. But others are terrified. Will interim President Delcy Rodriguez surrender? Or will internal power struggles explode? This shift is pure drama, from poverty and despair to an unknown future. In just one night, the streets are split. The before and after is earth-shaking. How will this end? Next, we predict the 5 possible outcomes. Which one is most likely? Don't go anywhere. The answers are coming right up. The street chaos isn't over yet. Maduro's already locked up in a New York cell, but what about Venezuela's future? Experts and analysts are going wild predicting what's next. I've rounded up the 5 hottest possible outcomes, from the brightest to the darkest. Let's see which one is most likely. First, U.S.-led fast transition and oil revival. Trump made it crystal clear. America will manage Venezuela until a safe transition. Companies like Chevron could pour in billions to fix wells and pipelines. Imagine, production jumps 200,000 barrels a day in year 1, doubling to 2 million in a decade. Oil prices could drop long-term. Great news for global inflation. Interim President Rodriguez has released more political prisoners, already up to 18. Opposition figures like Machado gradually join in, heading toward elections. This is what many analysts hope for. Venezuela's economy slowly recovers, oil trade routes shift, but it needs ongoing talks and cooperation from all sides to avoid escalation. Second, gradual compromise under the interim government for stability. Rodriguez is now interim president. She's released prisoners in exchange for the U.S. calling off a second wave of attacks, and America is considering easing sanctions to restart oil sales. The U.S. might control some oil revenue, but allows Venezuela to rebuild step by step. IMF and World Bank step in with loans. This path is the steadiest. Short-term avoids civil war. Long-term could bring fair elections. The big question, will the opposition accept this old regime transition? Many fear it's just old wine in new bottles. Third, internal power struggles erupt into ongoing chaos. With Maduro gone, the military, intelligence heads, and old Chavista factions could split. Some want to negotiate, others resist. If the U.S. keeps pressuring, like seizing more tankers, more clashes could break out. Venezuela's economy was already broken. Now it's even more uncertain, and another migration wave could surge past 8 million. Global impact. Oil prices swing short-term, but long-term supply instability gives Middle East and Russian oil the edge. This is the powder keg outcome experts fear most. Fourth, China and Russia step in hard, turning it into a proxy war. Beijing and Moscow have already slammed U.S. hegemony. If they send military aid or economic support to remaining forces, Venezuela becomes the next Cold War battlefield. Experts warn this could greenlight moves by China in Taiwan or Russia in Ukraine. Today Venezuela, tomorrow who? Oil prices could skyrocket from broken supply chains. This path is the most dangerous. Full global geopolitical shakeup. Fifth, the darkest. Full civil war or long-term U.S. occupation. If talks collapse, America might launch a second wave of attacks, plunging Venezuela into prolonged chaos, crippling the oil industry and displacing millions. Oil prices spike short-term from panic, then crash long-term from oversupply. This would leave Latin America forever remembering the U.S. backyard lesson. Which one is most likely? Right now, second or third seem highest odds. But everything is still changing fast. This story is burning hot every day. If you think one outcome is most likely, drop in the comments 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. See you in the next update.